The problem with aftermarket headlights for your 2018 and up Ford Mustang S550 is that your stock headlights are already OEM LED right off the dealership lot. So those other aftermarket headlights are actually less bright than stock. They aren't an upgrade at all, except for the Morimoto XB. These integrated LED projector headlights look cool and they're brighter than what you have now. First, let's talk about how these things actually create the light output for your low beam and high beam, because that's the most important thing. You see, these aren't just cheap aftermarket look cool first headlights. These are actually super bright and probably better quality than what you have on your car today. When comparing the brightness of the original headlight to the new headlight, we actually compare lux, not lumens. Lux is the actual measurable brightness that the headlight creates in front of the vehicle. We use a digital lux meter, park the car 25 feet away from the wall. We test the original headlight and then the aftermarket headlight to see which is brighter. As you can see here, the Morimoto XB LED headlight for your Mustang is 28% brighter than stock on low beam. And when we flip it to high beam, it's even brighter there, coming in at 29% brighter than your original headlights. And I don't know about you, but the color on the new LED headlights from Morimoto is a lot more desiring, modern, and stylish. Down inside the headlight, you have that rectangular, purpose-built, triple hyperbolic projector that was designed specifically for this application. This ultra-compact design allows these headlights to create the most insane beam pattern you've ever seen out of an aftermarket LED headlight for any Mustang. To complement the style, you've got this insanely bright C-shaped daytime running light that goes around the perimeter, and when you turn the headlights on, the DRL dims to 50% brightness. Now, to keep the Mustang styling intact, Morimoto retained the tri-bar look, but gave it a modern feel. The combination of the LED DRL, tri-bar, and projector makes for an insane looking headlight when they're on or off. In fact, these are probably the best looking headlights in the world when they're not even turned on. This stealthy blacked out look completely changes the feel of your car, giving it a more aggressive look. Not only do these headlights look super cool both on and off, but they also help other people see you. The daytime running light is so insanely bright that it's literally an improvement on safety. Not only that, the way these are built meets or exceeds your OEM headlights. They're also DOT and SAE compliant, which some aftermarket headlights aren't. When you compare the Morimoto headlights to almost everything else out there, you're going to notice a stark difference in build material quality. The lenses are UV resistant, hardened polycarbonate, built to the same spec or better than your OEM headlights. The back housing has all the same mounting points, adjusters, and wiring that your factory headlights have. The install on these is only as difficult as swapping out a stock headlight. Everything is totally plug and play. If I turn the headlight around, you can actually see everything going on the back side. You have your stock style aiming adjuster that you can use a screwdriver in the gear and aim the headlights up and down. You have all of the same mounting point brackets that your factory headlights have. And when it comes to wiring, there's nothing to it because you have one connector. This multi-pin connector is an exact replica of your stock headlight connector. So where you unplug the wiring from your original headlight, it plugs in here without a problem.
All right guys, let's get started putting these headlights in. First thing you have to do is pop the hood. Now we are going to have to remove the front bumper on this, so let's start with taking off this top plastic piece here. This is held in by a couple of push tabs here. Grab a pry tool, pull the middle up, and then you can reach under the bottom and remove it just like that. Do the same thing for the rest of them. With those plastic clips removed, you can go ahead and take this and set it aside. All right, now go ahead and grab your impact. We're going to remove 6 8mm bolts right here, and then on the outsides they're 5.5mm. So let's take that off. Now swap out your socket for that 5.5mm. Now I suggest turning the wheel for this because you're going to have to get a pry tool like this one and actually remove some of these push pins here. The clips you're going to remove is this one, the one back down here, and one on the inside here. It's a little bit hidden. Now the inner fender should be loosened up. You can pull this back. We got 2 bolts on the inside here. The 2 bolts are right up here, right on top of this black piece right here. It's a little bit hard to see on camera. Just remove those 2 bolts. These are 2 10mm bolts. I'd suggest using a really short socket like this one. It's a pretty tight squeeze. The bolts look like this. Now you can pull this black piece down. There's a little push clip. You can do it by your hands or you can use a pry tool. So you can set this off to the side and do the same exact thing on the other side. Now grab your trusty ratchet, put a 7mm socket on it. You do have about 15 bolts on the underside here to remove. Start from one side and work your way across. Well, that was fun. Once you're done rolling around on the floor, you can actually remove this bumper. There's some alignment tabs, so make sure you pull up on this first. And now the bumper is actually free to be removed. Unplug the turn signal on both sides. There you are. All right, your bumper's free. You can set this off to the side. Now you're almost there. You got 2 10mm sockets right here and forward through a curveball and put a 13 way back here. So let's go ahead and remove these. Now your headlight's loose, but it's still held in by this little tab here. You're gonna have to take a pry tool, a little flathead screwdriver, whatever you'd like, and push this tab down when you pull it out. Push it down, be careful, and pull it away. Now go ahead and unplug the headlight. Now the best part about these headlights is they're plug and play, so it's only that same exact connector, no cutting, splicing needed at all. All right, now just be careful so you don't scratch it up. Put those screws back in and test the headlight. Once you confirmed all the functions worked, go ahead and bolt this headlight back in so it's nice and snug, and then you can go ahead and adjust it on the backside. Now luckily with these headlights, the adjustment is the exact same as your OEM stock headlights. So make sure you adjust those before you actually go on the road. That's going to keep you from blinding oncoming drivers.
When it comes to LED headlights for your 2018 and up Ford Mustang S550, the Morimoto XB LF414 is the best option. But that's not all. We also have taillights, fog lights, side markers, and interior. Go check out headlightrevolution.com, put in your year, make, and model, and we'll show you every way you can upgrade the lighting on your Mustang.